Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and members of the committee for considering Senate Bill 1112, which will modernize and streamline Pennsylvania's regulations with regard to our landline telephone companies. Many of the regulations which exist in our public utility code have been in place for decades, while at the same time we have seen sweeping changes to the technology and telecommunications landscape, making these costly requirements unnecessary. This bill would permanently waive regulations from 52 PH Code Chapter 53, Sections 5357-60, which are tariff filing requirements for incumbent local exchange carriers, Section 5385, which regulates paper billing fees, and all of Chapter 63 and 64, which deal with telephone service and standards of billing practices for telephone service. Although it waives many of those regulations, it retains commission oversight as it pertains to customer complaints, 911, relay service, slamming and cramming, and universal service. The commission will also be required to review its telecommunications regulations every 3 years and eliminate all regulations that are no longer necessary or in the public interest. Pennsylvania's landline telephone companies represent 9% of all voice subscriptions in the state and are subject to a very strict regulatory framework. This puts them at a competitive disadvantage, and more importantly, it diverts valuable resources away from critical investments such as broadband deployment. The Consumer Protection and Professional Licensure Committee amended the bill to ensure voice service, rate regulation, and other quality of service metrics are still accounted for, ensuring that Senate Bill 1112 is not full deregulation. Senate Bill 1112 takes a critical step forward in modernizing these decades-old, archaic regulatory framework, which is no longer applicable in today's competitive environment. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. I appreciate your support.